Well, my name is Adam Jacobs. I work with Mitchell Graphics of Petoskey, Michigan in Prepress, specializing in imposition and plating. Well, I started school in 2009. I went to school initially for graphic design and graduated about 2 years later with my associates in graphic design, but then I transferred to Kendall College of Art and Design in Grand Rapids and pursued illustration, where I graduated in 2014 with my BFA in illustration. After I wasn't having too much luck finding work, so I moved back home in Gaylord, Michigan, and started trying to get back on my feet. And then out of the blue, this position came up and I applied and interviewed, and it worked out in my favor. So probably what prepared me the most for what I'm doing now in comparison to what I was preparing to do when I was going to college. When I was in college, I learned how to do all the art programs, all the Adobe, Photoshop, Illustrator, that stuff. And when I got here and they interviewed me, they were interested when they found I knew about those programs. Sort of, I could speak the lingo back here better than I could have in a different position. I do a lot of tinkering with computers, and I think that really helped in them choosing me for this position, because they knew I would have a general idea of how to work with the equipment. Well, my main reasoning for sticking around Petoskey, well, I mean, there's multiple reasons. That would be unfair of me to say there's one reason, but I have a 5-year-old who lives here in northern Michigan, and so it made sense for me to come back from school to be here. It was difficult going back and forth from where I was, being a dad, going to school. But once school let out and I moved back here, I got my position here in Petoskey, and it just worked out perfectly for the situation that I was in at the time. Well, I guess the biggest lesson I got from when I was in college was, no matter how much fun I had in college, at the end of the day, I knew that once I graduated, I was going to be on my own. And yeah, I guess that was fuel enough to just keep me going. It was tough, but I got my position a year after school, and it paid off.